How are you all? Hope all are fine. Coming to the last class, we discussed about the two main topics about the geological background, and also we discussed about the Himalayas. Coming to the geological background, in this topic we learn about how our India landmass was created, and we discussed that in 200 million years ago we have only one continent, that is called Pangaea, and after a lot of years ago the Pangaea was split into northern part and southern part. Northern part is called Laurentia and the southern part is called Gondwana. Our India belongs to the Gondwana land. Already was studied in the 9th first chapter about this supercontinent Pangaea, explained by Alfred Wegener. After millions of years ago, Gondwana land was moved in the northeast direction, moved towards the northeast direction and collided with the Eurasian plateau. After a lot of pressure, lot of compression pressure, young folded mountains are evolved in the northeast direction. Up to this we have discussed about geological background. Come to the Himalayas, we have in the north and in the northeast direction. The length of the Himalayas is 2,400 kilometers. The width of the Himalayas is 500 kilometers in the west side. In the central and eastern side, we have 200 kilometers. And we discussed about Himalayas are divided into three parallel ranges. What is the first one? Greater Himalayas are also called Himadri, and lesser Himalayas also called Himachal, and the Shivalik. Coming to the Greater Himalayas are also called Himadri. We discussed the total Greater Himalayas is covered with snow and ice. We have a glacier. We have a glacier in the Greater Himalayas, which is the source of perennial rivers. What do you mean by perennial rivers? The continuous flow of water throughout the year is called perennial rivers. I am giving the example: BIG, big, B means Brahmaputra, I means Indus, G means Ganga. And in Greater Himalayas, we have the highest peaks with an altitude of 6,100 meters height. Okay, almost 6,100 meters height. We have the peaks in the Greater Himalayas. Coming to the next, we discuss about the Lesser Himalayas. The southern part of Greater Himalayas is called Lesser Himalayas. Lesser is also called Himadri, and we discuss about the two ranges, Pir Panjal and Mahabharata ranges, and also we discussed about the famous valleys, Kashmir, Kulu, Kangra. The famous valleys are present in the Lesser Himalayas, and also we discussed about the hill stations like MNRS, Mussoorie, Nainital, Ranikhet and Shimla. And evergreen forest also present in the Lesser Himalayas. We have the mountains ranging up to 3,700 meters to 4,500 meters. Up to now, up to this, we have discussed. Okay, just now we completed the Greater Himalayas and Lesser Himalayas. Okay, in the page number 6, you have the pictures about the valleys is present in the Sikkim, and they given the vegetation, types of vegetation. They are given the 5 levels in the picture. In the level 1, there is no vegetation in the mountains, and the level 2 we have the grass, and in level 3 we have the type of trees called conifers. Conifer is nothing but it's a short leaves with a needle type leaves are there. Then in the fourth, the broad leaves, the trees are there. And in the fifth, we have the terrain. Terrain is marshy region. We can get more and more cultivation in the terrain region. They given the valley of Makang Dimpep in Meghalaya, and also they given how they are farming terrace farming in the Himalayas. They are given the pictures. Pebbles means stones. Okay. Come to the next, the last one. And the last one, Shivaliks. The Greater Himalayas, Lesser Himalayas is the last one. Last one, Shivaliks. The southern most point of Himalayas are called Shivaliks. Okay, the southernmost point of Himalayas is called Shivaliks. Okay, which we have an altitude of 900 to 1100 meters. We have width up to 10 to 50 kilometers. We can call Shivalikas different names in different regions. Like we can say in Jammu and Kashmir, we can call Shivaliks as Jammu Hills. We can call Shivalikas as Mishmi Hills in Arunachal Pradesh. We can call Kacha Hills in Assam. Kacha Hills in Assam. In Shivalik we have gravel. Okay, gravel and alluvium. This is about the Shivaliks. The southernmost point of Himalayas is called Shivalik, and we have the altitude up to 900 to 1100 meters. We have the width of 10 to 50 kilometers. In the Shivalik we have gravel and alluvium type of nature. We can see the picture also. Next, we can call Shivaliks. We can call Shivalik as a different names in different regions. Like in Jammu and Kashmir, we can say Jammu Hills as Shivalik. We can call Shivalik as Mishmi Hills in Arunachal Pradesh. We can call Shivalik as Kajar Hills in Assam. This is very, very important. They will ask bits. In bits they will ask. Okay, very, very important. Coming to the dunes, very, very important for 1 mark. Dunes is nothing but the valleys lying between Lesser Himalayas and the Shivaliks is called dunes. Okay. The valleys lying between Lesser Himalayas and Shivalik is called dunes. Example: Kotledun, Patledun, Devahadu. Okay, the valleys which are lying between the lesser Himalayas and the Shivalik is called dunes. Example: Kotledun, Patledun, and Dehradun. The easternmost boundary of the Himalayas is the Brahmaputra Valley, which are present in the Arunachal Pradesh. The eastern boundary of the Himalayas is the Brahmaputra Valley, which are present in the Arunachal Pradesh. In Arunachal Pradesh, in Arunachal Pradesh, near the Dihang Valley, the Himalayas bend towards the south direction. Bend towards okay. The easternmost boundary of the Himalayas is Brahmaputra Valley, which are present in the Arunachal Pradesh in towards the south direction and act as a eastern boundary of India and runs through the northeastern states. This division is called Purvanchal Hills. In eastern states we can call the Purvanchal, and we can call also Patkai Hills, Naga Hills, okay, and Manipuri Hills. Naga Hills in Nagaland, Manipur Hills in Manipur, and Patkai Hills in Assam and Arunachal Pradesh, and Purvanchal Hills in all eastern states, Manipur, Nagaland, okay, Assam we can call Purvanchal Hills, etc. We can call Purvanchal Hills. Okay, this is about the Shivalik. The southernmost point of Himalayas is called Shivaliks. We have an altitude up to 900 to 1100 meters, and we have width up to 10 to 50 kilometers. And we have the gravel and alluvium type of nature in this Shivalik. The valleys lying between the lesser Himalayas and the Shivalik is called dunes. I told the example Dehradun, Kotledun, and Patledun. And next, in Arunachal Pradesh, in the Dihang Valley, the Himalayas take a hairpin and bend towards the south direction and act like a northeast and act like a eastern boundary of our India and runs through the northeastern states. And we can call that division is called Purvanchal Hills, also called Patkai, Naga Hills, Manipur Hills. This is the topic. We covered the topic of the Himalayas. Next, the formation of the formation of Himalayas influence climate in various ways. So by having the Himalayas, that influence our Indian climate in different ways. For example, it acts like a barrier. Barrier means addanki. It acts like a barrier protecting the Great Plains of India from the cold winds which are coming from the Central Asia. Okay? The Himalayas. First one. The Himalayas, very very important, will come for 2 marks. The Himalayas act like a barrier protecting the Great Plains from cold winds, which are coming from Central Asia. Okay, so first point, the Himalayas act like a barrier protecting the Great Plains of cold winds which are coming from the Central Asia. Okay. Second point, the Himalayas are the reason for summer rains and monsoon type of climate. Okay. The Himalayas are the reason for summer rains and monsoon type of climate. This is the second point. And third point, if the absence of Himalayas, the region will become drier. With the absence of Himalayas, the region which are present Himalayas will become drier. Okay, in the absence of Himalayas, the northern part of India will become dry. And the next point, the Himalayas are the source of perennial rivers. Due to the perennial rivers only, the northern part became the Great Plains, which we can irrigate more and more crops than in other region. Okay, this is about the formation of Himalayas influence the climate in different way. First I told about it act like a barrier protecting the Great Plains of cold winds which are coming from the Central Asia. And also I told the Himalayas are the reason for summer rains and monsoon type of climate. And I told the Himalayas are the source of perennial rivers. If the absence of Himalayas, the region will become drier. And next I told about because of the Himalayas only, the northern part became very fertile. Due to the perennial rivers which are coming from the Himalayas, the northern part became very fertile. We can irrigate more and more agriculture in that region. We're coming to the next topic, Indo-Gangetic Plain. Indo-Gangetic Plain. Okay, Indo-Gangetic Plain. Okay. In this topic, we will discuss about the perennial rivers. By having the perennial rivers, what are the perennial rivers? Brahmaputra, Indus, and Ganga. By having the perennial rivers and its tributaries, and its tributaries, we have the great North Indian plains. By having the perennial rivers and the tributaries, we have the North Indian plains. Okay, by having the Himalayan rivers. What are the Himalayan rivers? Brahmaputra, Indus, Ganga, and its tributaries, Upanadulu, and its tributaries results the formation of great North Indian plains. By having the Himalayan rivers, what are the Himalayan rivers? I told you, BIGP, Brahmaputra, Indus, Ganga, and its tributaries results the formation of great North Indian plains. Okay, the Indo-Gangetic plain divided into three divisions: western part, central part, eastern part. Okay, in the western part we have the river, the Himalayan river Indus, and its tributaries. Indus and its tributaries. What are the tributaries of Indus? Jhelum, Chenab, Beas, Sutlej, Ravi. These are the tributaries of Indus. Okay, Jhelum, Chenab, Beas, Sutlej, Ravi. Okay, we can keep the code JCBRS. We can keep the code, that is the tributaries of Indus. Most of the river Indus is located on our neighboring country Pakistan. Only a minor portion of our Indus river we have in Punjab and Haryana. Okay? Punjab and Haryana. And we have a dope future. What do you mean dope? Dope is nothing but a fertile land between two rivers is called a dope. Okay, very very important. You ask for 1 mark. Okay, dope is nothing but a fertile land having between two rivers. Okay, this is about the western part of Indo-Gangetic plain. In western part we have the river Indus, which is coming from the Himalayas, and we have and its tributaries JCBRS. I told the code, but don't write the exam. Don't write the code in the exam. Okay, write what is the meaning of J, Jhelum, C, Chenab, B, Beas, okay, R, Ravi, S, Sutlej, and we have large portion of the Indus river is located in the Pakistan. You know already the national river of our India is Ganga. The national river of Pakistan is Indus. What is the another name of Indus? Sindhu. The another name of Indus is Sindhu, and we have a very low, very minor portion. We have the river Indus, in Punjab and Haryana have a dope feature in this Indus River. Dope feature means a fertile land between two rivers is called dope. This is about the western part of Indo-Gangetic Plain. Coming to the second division in Indo-Gangetic Plain, the central part. In central part we have the Ganga Plain. We have the river Ganga Plain. This plain we have from the river Gagar to Teesta. Okay, from this plain we have from Gagar river to the Teesta river. The Ganga plain we have in the states of Uttar Pradesh, Jharkhand, some part in Haryana, West Bengal, Bihar. In this plain we have the river Ganga, Yamuna and its tributaries like Gandak, Betwa, Kane, Son, Chambar, etc. are the tributaries of these rivers. You know Delhi is located on the river Yamuna. Okay, you have to know. This is about the central part. In central part we have the Ganga plain. The Ganga plain is located from the river Gagar to Teesta. We have the Ganga plain in UP, Jharkhand, Haryana, West Bengal, Bihar. And in central part we have the rivers like Ganga, Yamuna and their tributaries. This is about the central part. Next to the last one, eastern part of Indo-Gangetic Plain. In the eastern part we have the Brahmaputra Valley. We have the Brahmaputra Valley of Assam, and we have the Brahmaputra river. These two result the formation of eastern part of plains. Okay, Brahmaputra Valley and the Brahmaputra river is the reason for the formation of eastern part of the plain. Okay, this is the today topic. Next I will say about the keywords. Okay, today I told about the Shivaliks, southern part of Himalayas, and I told about altitude of 900 to 1100 meter, and the width of the Shivalik is 10 to 50 kilometers. And I told in Shivalik we have present gravel and alluvial type of nature. And I told about the dunes also. The valleys lying between the lesser Himalayas and the Shivalik is called dunes. And I told Shivaliks are called different names in different regions. In Assam we can call Kachar. In Arunachal Pradesh we can call Mishmi. And in Jammu we can call Jammu Hills. And next I told about the Himalayas influencing the climate in various ways. How Himalayas are protecting. Himalayas are protecting from cold winds which are coming from Central Asia. Himalayas are the type of summer rains. If the absence of Himalayas, the total region will be drier. Himalayas is a source of perennial flow of water. Also, I told. Next, I told about the Indo-Gangetic Plain. Indo-Gangetic Plain is divided into three divisions: eastern part, western part, and the central part. Coming to the western part, we have the Indus River. In the central part, we have the Ganga River. In the eastern part, we have the Brahmaputra Valley and Brahmaputra River. I told the tributaries of Indus which are present in the western part. Okay, Jhelum, Chenab, Ravi, Beas, Sutlej. Okay, and I told about the central part. We have the river Ganga and Yamuna. So Ganga plain are located from the Gagar to Tista. Ganga plain we have in the states of UP, Bihar, Jharkhand, West Bengal, and some part in Haryana. And I told about the eastern part of Brahmaputra Valley and Brahmaputra Valley in Assam, and Brahmaputra River is responsible of eastern part. Okay, this is about the today topic. Hope you understood very well. Okay, try to maintain a separate notes for our social studies. In our subject, the concept is very, very important. By knowing the concept, you can write the answers very, very easy. Okay, you try to understand the concept oriented only.